How to draw a hippo. Welcome to Rain Francis Art for Kids. Today I'm going to show you how to draw this hippo step by step with markers. This is an easy beginner drawing lesson for kids of all ages. So let's begin. Hi everyone, welcome to Rain Francis Art for Kids. My name is Rain. In this series, Animal Farm, we draw all sorts of animals. So let's draw. Okay, let's draw our hippo. This is what you're going to need for today's drawing lesson. You're going to need a piece of paper. I have my dollar store drawing pad here. It's 11 inches by 8.5 inches. You're going to need a pencil, an eraser, and I always bring out my old paintbrush here to brush dust off my page. And for color, we're using markers today. So I'm using black, purple, pink, and red. And as always, I have my fine liner black marker here for outlining. Now that's optional. If you don't have a fine liner, you could always use a black coloring pencil. Or if the tip of your other black marker is pointy enough, you could use that. So why don't I clear off my space and we can start drawing our hippo. Our hippo is going to be a she today. So she's a she. So watch how I draw this hippo. I just realized I bumped my camera, so sorry about that, guys. All right. Now for her head, we're just going to draw an arc like that. And for her mouth, watch, she's got big cheeks here, and it kind of comes up in the middle, and the same thing on this side, big cheeks, and it joins in the middle there. That's her head. And we're going to draw some ears. She's got 2 round ears here on either side of her head. And we're going to draw another little half circle on the inside so it indicates her inner ear. So why don't we go ahead and put the details in her face. Now first what I want you to do is draw another arc. I'd say about here. Like that. That's going to separate her where her eyes are and her mouth and her nose, because she's got a big nose. So we're going to draw the eyes. I like these big oval eyes. Okay, and we'll draw the pupils in like that. Now because I'm using marker, what I'm going to do is I'm going to outline everything after I draw it with my pencil, then I'm going to erase my pencil marks, okay? Just to give you a heads up on what I'm going to do. Now let's draw her nostrils. She's got one on this side, it's another oval, and one on this side. And for her mouth, let's go from here, and we'll draw a little arc here, and another one here. So that's her smiling face. She's so cute already. Now, we're going to give her a sort of round body, but it's more like the shape of an egg, maybe a short egg. There we go. Why don't I move this up just a little bit? There we go, so it's centered. And for her arms, we're just going to draw 2 little arms that come out the side like this. One on this side, and one on this side. And we're going to give her little fingers. Now watch what I do. I'm just doing 1, 2. Same thing on this side. 1, 2. And for her feet, we'll draw more ovals. Now watch, I'm going to do one here and one here. And I'm going to erase those lines right away just so we don't get confused. And I'm going to use my fancy schmancy eraser here that looks like a pen. It's called a retractable eraser, and it comes in really handy for little spots. But go ahead and use your regular eraser. And if you accidentally erase a line, you can go ahead and just put it back in. But like I said, I'm going to be erasing all my pencil marks anyway. Now we're going to give her 3 toes, and the same thing here. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And that's it. We've drawn our hippo. Isn't she cute? I love her. So now I'm going to take my black fine liner marker and outline the whole thing. Now, like I said, I'm going to be erasing my pencil marks. So if I go outside my lines, I don't really care because I'm going to be erasing them. But if you're not going to erase your pencil lines, try to follow them. And if you are going to erase your pencil lines, make sure your marker is dry. I know my marker, and it dries very, very quickly, so I'm not worried about that. But some markers take a while to dry. You know, if you touch it and you kind of go like this and it smudges, then it's not dry yet, so you don't want to start erasing until it's really, really dry. So test your markers. I love those cute little toes. Don't forget the line in between her feet. And we'll do her arms. And there we go, she's all outlined. So now I'm going to take my big eraser and, like I said, erase my pencil marks. And I'm going to do this very gently because I don't want to. You can actually erase marker a little bit, not completely, but if you push down really hard on your eraser, it kind of dulls the black a little bit, and it looks like it's been erased. So that's why I go very gently. And if you have to go over one area twice, just go ahead and do that. But let's just erase very, very gently. All right, I think I got everything. Just brush all of those eraser bits off. Okay, let's start adding some color. Now I'm going to start with, let's see, I'm going to start with my pink color. And the pink is going to be the inside of her ears, her little fingers, and her toes. Okay, so that's what I'm starting with my pink Sharpie here. And her little fingers and toes. Pink toes. All right, I've got to put my glasses on. I'm having a hard time seeing. Okay, now the next color I'm going to take is my red color. And that's going to be the inside of her mouth, this area here, okay? So let's color that in red because she's smiling and she's got an open mouth today. She's happy to be here. I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy you're here. I hope you enjoy my videos if you watch them. There we go. Now, I'm going to show you, let's take our black right away, okay? Just so we don't forget to do anything. Now, the pupils of her eyes and her nostrils are black, so I'm going to go ahead and fill those in right away with my black Sharpie marker. And we'll put some details in later. We'll give her some eyelashes and eyebrows. We don't have to draw cheeks for her because she's got these big cheeks. Okay, now my friends, the rest of her is purple. So that makes it easy. Just color in purple except for the whites of her eyes, okay? But everything else is purple, so why don't we try not to get any purple into the pink and the red? It doesn't matter if you get it into the black because look, black is darker than purple, but let's be careful around the pink and the red. Just starting with her ears. Okay, now I'm going to just gently go around her eyes right now because that's how I color in. I like to outline things so that I know where my color is supposed to be. But you go ahead and color it in any way you like. Alright, so I'm going to outline her big head. I hope my Sharpie has enough ink in it. This is an old purple. And when I say old, I think I've had it for 5 years, I think. I don't use it that much, but they do dry out. Last week I drew a little pink pig. It was so cute. But before that, excuse me, before that I drew a giraffe and then a koala bear. And as I'm drawing this hippo here, it's winter where I live in Canada. And it's cold. And I was saying, you know, okay, I chose a giraffe and I chose a koala bear. Now I'm choosing a hippo. I must be dreaming of warm areas because koala bears live in Australia. And right now it's summer in Australia. Giraffes and hippos, I think, live in Africa. And when I think of Africa, I think of warm weather. So I guess I'm trying to find some warmth here. My purple is running out of ink. Let's see if I have enough to make her purple look nice here. I just have to go a little slower. Is it winter where you live? It's too cold for me. Sometimes we have weather that's so cold that my eyelashes freeze when I go outside. I'm not kidding. That actually does happen. My eyelashes. When my eyelashes freeze, I know it's cold outside. But usually it's the wind. The wind is very cold where I live. I live on the east coast of Canada. It's called the Maritimes, near the Atlantic Ocean. And in the winter, oh boy, that Atlantic Ocean has some cold wind coming in. And the winter mixed with that Atlantic Ocean wind, it eyelash freezing weather, for sure. I do that too. I put lines to separate. I don't know why I do that. I've been doing that since I was a kid. When I color things in, I'm like, okay, I'm going to separate this area, and then I'll do this area first, and then that area. That's how I used to color when I was a kid. She's looking pretty nice. I was going to do this with coloring pencils, and I tried it, but the purple I had was way too dark, and you really couldn't see any details or anything like that, so I decided to try again with markers, but I really hope I'm not going to run out of purple here. I just decided to stop the video, and I went into my drawer where I keep all my markers, and I found another one, and it's a new one. So I'm going to switch to that one, and I hope the colors aren't too different. Yeah, look at that. That one's a little darker. I might have to go over the whole thing again with my new one. That's all right. Because I was noticing here it was really, really starting to get faded out, so I want to make sure that I get a nice color. I might leave her ears with that sort of lighter purple there, but I am going to go over everything again. Because I want her to be all the same color. It's a little darker, but I think it's okay. That's probably the real color. My old one was just faded too much. So now I have to go over everything all over again, but that's all right. She's going to look great. And if you watch my videos, you know when I do coloring pencil art, I always tell you, I did it again. I just banged my camera again. I'm so sorry. When I do coloring pencil art, I always tell you that we do layers to get the color we want. And I always say, but you don't have to use layers when you use markers, because you don't have to. But look what I'm doing. Kind of doing layers here, huh? And a layer just means that, you know, I color it in once, that's layer number 1. I color it in twice, that's layer number 2. But in this case, I wasn't planning on doing layers. I just ran out of Sharpie marker ink. All right. Are you guys having fun? I hope so. You know what? I think I'm going to do her ears too. Make it all the same color, or shade of purple, I should say. Kind of like the light one better, but can't do anything about that now. All right, now I'll do this section here. I love Sharpie markers. They dry really, really quickly. But they do stink. They don't smell very nice. I don't like the smell of them. There we go. Let's do her mouth, the bottom of her mouth here. Well, actually everything, right? So I don't really have to stay, I don't have to stay in the lines here. Just on the outside. And I'm going to be very, very careful. I don't want any purple in her toes and her fingers and or in her mouth. So I'm going to pay attention. Isn't she looking cute? I love that big smile. My hippo looks cute, but in reality they're very big, dangerous animals. If they feel threatened, they'll attack you. And they live in the water, so you never know if you're in a boat. You could be in a boat in Africa, not here where I live, and all of a sudden, if a hippo thinks that you're going to go after them, they'll jump out of the water and knock your boat over. At least that's what I see in movies. I don't know if that's true in real life, but that's what you see in the movies. Okay, I have to be careful around her toes here. It's separating again. It's funny, you know. I developed that habit as a kid, and 50 years later, I'm still doing it. All right, we're at the last little bits here that we're going to color in purple. At least I am. There we go. She looks so cute. Okay, I'm going to take my fine liner and add some details. Now, above each nostril, I'm just going to draw a little arc. You see? Just like that. Just a little arc over each of her nostrils. And then I'm going to give her some eyelashes, because like I said, she's a pretty she. Okay, and some eyebrows, just little eyebrows there. And that's it. That's our hippo. I love her. She's so adorable. I think I want to add some dots though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I just decided to do that at the last minute just to add a little more detail. All right, now my friends, don't forget to sign your work. I want you to be really, really proud of the beautiful work of art that you just created. I hope you enjoyed this lesson, my friends, and we'll see you next time on Animal Farm. Thanks for watching. Bye.